Welcome back to Road to FIRE. We're a family of three documenting our journey to FIRE, financial independence, retire early. Let's talk about our December or end of year net worth update. I'll provide all our real numbers, current assets and liabilities, and how we're tracking to our FIRE goal like always, so please hang with me. Our net worth increased over $130,000 since May. Most of our net worth growth came from strong market performance, paying off one car and my large bonus in November of last year. We also did purchase a home via house hacking, but the equity we have is very minimal right now. 2021 will be the first full calendar year of tracking our net worth, and I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm 100% optimistic about this year. Okay, friendly reminder. To find your net worth, you take your assets minus your liabilities. Think of your assets as what you own, while your liabilities are what you owe. For example, to understand your home equity, you'll take the value of your home, what you own, minus your mortgage, what you owe, to get your owner's equity. It's probably one of the easiest financial equations out there. This is how we measure our net worth. To keep things simple, we include all assets that have a value greater than or equal to $5,000. Yes, some assets are depreciating like our cars, but they still have value, so we do include them. But we don't include any small items. No art pieces, no cameras, no jewelry, no laptops, no drones, or any other small assets we may have at home that does have value but are really subjective overall. I would say the only thing that can be relatively subjective on calculating net worth is asset valuation. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Okay, so let's review our current numbers. Keep in mind these values again are snapshot in time. I try to pull these at the end of the month, that's why I'm posting this in the beginning of January. Because most of our net worth is in our stock investments, these numbers are always changing or fluctuating. I'm sure things will be different by the time you're viewing this, as the market will finally be open after the holidays. So our assets are made up of two main sections, our large and our fixed assets, as well as our liquid assets. We categorize it this way to make things simple and easy for us. If you are curious, I created this in Numbers, which has a really great baseline template for tracking your net worth. For our large and our fixed assets, it includes our two cars and our mortgage on our duplex. I'm really hoping to add another home to this assets page in the next 6 to 7 months. These three assets total to just over $423,000, and I update the value of my cars quarterly. So for our liquid assets, we include our investments and cash reserves or sinking funds on hand. For cash, we have about $6,200 in our checking accounts and over $37,000 in our savings, which is about a $4,000 increase from last month. In total, we have about $43,000 of cash in our accounts, mainly within our Capital One savings account. I am working on a video about our sinking fund, so look out for that later this month. And for retirement, we have about $191,000 in our 401ks, IRAs, and our Roths. We then have about $43,000 in a brokerage account outside of our retirement accounts. And we are really working to grow this brokerage account to over $100,000 this year. In total, our liquid assets are about $280,000. So outside of our total net worth, I always track our liquid assets, as that is about 80% of our planned FIRE number, and it will be the easy to access money for early retirement. So here's our total liabilities. Things are quite simple as we don't have much consumer debt. This page will definitely change as we move into buying a new investment property later this year, but for now we only have two key long-term liabilities. We have one car loan, which is our Tesla, and the balance is just under $32,000. We then have a current mortgage balance of about $343,000 on our house hack. We do plan to put a dent in our Tesla loan this year, and I hope to get it to at least half the balance it is right now. In total, we owe over $375,000 as of right now. So here's our total net worth breakout for December ending 2020. Our total assets, including our duplex, investments, cash, and our two cars, will be about $702,000. And our total liabilities, including our Tesla and our duplex, is just over $375,000. This will make our total net worth to be about $326,981. I am not sure we would have had such a big growth without the pandemic, which had many silver linings for us. But we do have big goals for this year. So here's our net worth trend graph. We started tracking our net worth in May of this year, so we didn't have a full year view for last year, which would have been interesting to see during the dip in February. Our net worth in Q4 of 2020 saw strong growth, mainly due to my $43,000 bonus and the strong market performance. This is why the buy and hold strategy really works well for us. So from November to December, we saw a growth of 7.8%, which is much better than I expected. And if you haven't seen my November net worth video, I'll link that here, but I had a stretch goal for us to reach a net worth over $325,000 by the end of 2020, and we hit it. Sometimes stretch goals seem impossible until you hit them. First, I want to shout out Chuck Taylor, who left a comment on my last net worth video. He provided a link to this graph which shows you the net worth by age using the Federal Reserve data. Over 100,000 people were surveyed providing this data. Below is a link if you want to check it out for yourself in more detail. I love sharing charts like this as it keeps me motivated. We sit here as I'm 31 and my husband is turning 33 in the next few weeks. Right now, we're just over the 90 percentile for our age group. Our key advantage is we'd had no student loans, which is expected of my generation. But what I love about this new chart is the last column. It gives you a viewpoint of those in the 1 percentile in your age group. Sometimes I'm just curious and I'm like, what do they make? For our age group, that's just under $1 million. You can either see this chart as motivating or discouraging. It's really up to you. For me, it motivates me to push even harder. Key call out here though, focus on the medium for your age group versus the average. As you can see, there are outliers who are pulling the curve up. And just to be 100% clear, your net worth isn't your self-worth. It's just a financial metric to help you get closer to financial independence. So out of all of our trackers, this is my favorite, our FIRE tracker. This outlines our progress to our FIRE number. Right now, our FIRE number is $2.45 million, and I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. We left more than enough buffer to sustain our future life during early retirement. At the end of 2020, we are tracking to 13.3% to our FIRE net worth goal. We are really getting closer to that 15% marker. In 2021, our end of year net worth goal is to be around $495,000, which I believe is 100% attainable. If we hit this goal, we'll be about 20% to FIRE. Can you believe that? 20% of our way to getting to early retirement. I'm really excited about it. We do have some ground to make up, but if we stay the course, we'll get there. It's just a matter of when. So to close out 2020, we were able to reach all of our financial goals for the year. Our emergency fund is finally fully funded. The next step on this is to get it to 12 months just to be even more secure. We paid off our Audi in a few months and was able to get our investment accounts over $200,000. Despite a competitive buying market, we were able to start house hacking in a duplex with an amazing tenant, which really made the transition easy for us. And we ended the year with a net worth over $75,000 of our original goal of $250,000. Now, if you would have asked me in the beginning of the year how things will end up, I would have said these goals are all stretches. I would have been cautiously optimistic. But as we are starting into 2021, I'm feeling confident because we now have a clear plan. I can't wait to see 2021's year-end numbers as well. Jumping ahead here, but I think our plan is solid and we are positioned to hit our goals for this year just like we did last year. Will it be easy? Of course not, but most things aren't. One thing I really want to make sure I do is stay focused on our journey and not get distracted with what others are doing. I'm excited to see what 2021 has in store. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Until next time.